Taylor started in 1974 by Bob Taylor and Kurt Listug. They were the first two owners of the company, and they're still here today. When I tell people I work at Taylor, they think one of two thoughts. Either there's a craftsman behind the bench with an apron whittling away with a chisel, or it's a production line like a car assembly. And when they actually come and see, they see it's really a marriage of the two, where you have folks doing a lot of handwork alongside with machines.
We had been talking about getting into robotics. The Epson robot was brought in primarily to make our acoustic pickups. And I was making them by hand. I could make 10 or 20 a day. At first we needed 100 a day, and then we've ramped up to close to 600 a day. So we wouldn't have been able to do it without automation.
Taylor's always been about innovation, not only in the guitar itself, but also in the process. It's really important that we keep craftsmanship in everything we do. And as part of that, with our engineers, with the folks who are responsible for the robotics, we want to make sure that they understand what it is to be a craftsman. They work with our craftsmen that are on the production line, and they get to see with their own eyes what it takes to make something by hand. And then from that point, and only at that point, we then try to automate it.
We really like the Epson G3 because when you tell it to do something, it does that exactly the same every time.
The main feature that I like is just that it's kept the precision and repeatability over the last 5 years, and we haven't had to worry. We haven't had to replace any parts. We've done virtually no maintenance whatsoever.
The Epson solution's been great for us. We're using it in certain processes where it requires high precision. Something is such that we couldn't do by hand. So we almost had to use a solution like Epson offers. And it's been great. It's been very consistent and trouble-free.
As far as features of Epson Robots, one thing I like is if you don't need a teach pendant, you can operate it all directly from a PC. The programming language is flexible enough that we have been able to integrate third-party vision systems without much effort, as well as Ethernet communication, which allowed us to avoid a lot of wiring and was able to make the integration of that vision system quite a bit easier.
The way I see it is we're going to have to continue listening to the craftsmen and looking at new technologies that are out there and continuing to marry the two. For us, I think that's going to happen well into our future. Our logo says Taylor Quality Guitars. We take that very seriously.